guys, Ron Devine here. Hope you're doing fabulous as always. So guys, today I wanted to talk to you about seasons. Something we all go through, and was really inspired by this one from the weather that we've had here in the Carolinas over the last week. But we're going to get into seasons right after this. Alright guys, welcome back. So yeah, season. This is something that we all go through. We all have different seasons in our life. We don't necessarily think of them like that because we just think, oh well, this is what's happening to me right now. This is what's going on. But we don't really stop and think about, wait a second, I'm going through a season of whatever it might be. You could be going through a season where everything is going great and prosperous and you're loving life, right? And then you could go through another season where you're at the bottom of the bottom. Now, how do we understand what season we're in? How do we prepare and how do we get ourselves to the next season, right? So when you stop and think about where you're at in your life right now, let's just say everything is going phenomenal, right? You have enough money flowing through, life is good, the relationship with the family is good, everything in life is just going your way. And when that happens, we tend to just think, wait a second, you know what? This is good, life is good, I'm doing good, I don't need to really do anything different in my life. But what we don't understand, guys, is on average, we don't understand these seasons until we're at the low point in our life. And at that point in time, then we go, wait a second, something's going on. What happened? How did I get from over here to over here, and now I just don't get what's happening in my life? Well, the reason is because you're not standing still. I don't care who you are either moving forward or you're moving backwards in life. There is no stagnant process in life. And if you think that you're just in a stagnant process, whether that be in a good stagnant or a bad stagnant, you're wrong. There is no such thing. You are either moving away from your goals, you are moving away from your vision, you are either moving away from what God had planned for you to do, or you're moving towards them. And the only way to really prepare is to understand that there are always hills and valleys. You cannot have one without the other. You are going to have rough times in your life. I don't care who you are. You're going to have great times in your life. I don't care who you are. You just got to understand the season you're in right now and understand, wait a second, if I keep on going through the same season, if I'm going through the same thing over and over again, how do I get myself out of that season, right? So, now, regardless, guys, I hate to break this to you. Even if you figure out what those seasons are that are holding you back now, you're eventually going to have a new season that's going to take that place once you actually move along in your life and get past this season, right? So you're going to have different ones. What you have to do is when you are at the top of your game, you need to be stashing more money away. You need to really, really hone in on your family. You really need to position yourself to make the best out of every single day and know that, wait a second, this here will not necessarily last forever. Because I know that no matter what's going on in my life, it can change on a dime. Guys, how many people do you know that their lives were changed overnight? They were in a car accident. They had a family member die. They had something happen to them. They were diagnosed with cancer. They had something changed in their life, and their life took a complete 360 overnight. You have to understand that the seasons are going to change. Now, the seasons don't define who you are, but you have to define what you do in those seasons. Let me say that again. The seasons don't define who you are. It just defines what you do in the season. In the summertime, you wear short sleeves and shorts. You're not going to do that in the wintertime in a blizzard, right? Because you're going to get sick, right? So, and vice versa, you're not going to, in the summertime, you're not going to wear all these heavy clothes because then you're just going to break out sweating. And it's going to be very uncomfortable. So you understand that the seasons are there, but what you do in those seasons dictates how you get through that season. Okay? So we know May showers, or April showers bring May flowers, right? So when you're going through that season in your life where things are a little down and you're just like, man, why does it keep on raining on my parade? What is happening to my life right now? You just got to understand that, wait a second, if this is happening, something great is about to be birthed, right? Something great is happening. And then when you're in the heat of summer and you're just like, oh my God, it's so stinking hot. I wish it was fall or spring where the weather is nice. You know, and you're just like, oh man, you're sweating profusely. You can't meet a man or a woman, you stink, right? So anyway, but what you have to do is in those seasons, that's where you got to get equipped for those seasons. So if you're going through financial troubles at this time, you have to back off. You have to say, wait a second, I can't spend like I used to because I got X, Y, Z. Let me see what I can cut. And see, what will eventually happen is you will position yourself to where when you're in those seasons, your finances are already in order because you understood, wait a second, I don't need to live like the Joneses down the street. I don't need to have the best of everything. I just need to be. Because like we talked about the other day, what's your name? Names don't define who you are. It's what's inside of you that defines who you are. It's what's in you that defines what your environment is. Not a thing, not a person. It's only you, right? So when you're going through that season, you just got to understand, wait a second, I need to relax. I need to reevaluate. I need to reprogram my brain to understand that I don't need to be doing the things I was once doing. And then when you get into the good season again, when you get into the spring or the fall where everything is just lovely and it's not too hot, it's not too cold, the season's not great maybe, but it's not bad. Or maybe the season is phenomenal, it's perfect, right? At that point in time, that's when you need to be at your guard the most. Because what happens is we as individuals, we tend to get comfortable in those seasons. We tend to say, oh, wow, look how good things are. Nothing's ever going to change. And guys, I'm speaking out of 100% knowledge. I have gone through some of the highest highs and some of the lowest lows that some of you would never even be able to make it out of some of the lows I've been through, okay? And that's not just being there to say, wow, I've accomplished a lot, because I haven't, right? It's just saying that I mentally prepare myself. I am positioning myself to understand that this season isn't here to stay, it's here to pass. And when it passes, I know I'm going to be in a better position. I know that I have a better opportunity to continue to grow, to continue to minister and help people, to be a better version of myself than I am right now, because I've learned and I've grown and I've become a better individual because of everything that I had to endure. And when you stop and you look at it, and you look at things as, what am I learning? Right? When you understand that you're learning something and you take that to heart, you will find out that those seasons where you're in the bad times, they're a lot less. They're not there as long because you're not focusing on the problem. You are focusing on what the solution is. Let me say that again. You stop focusing on the problem at hand and you focus on what the end result, the solution is, where you're gonna be. Because when you understand where you're supposed to be, then where you're at is irrelevant. It might not seem like it right then and there, but is it irrelevant because where you're going is so much better and so much bigger than where you're at right now. Okay? So guys, I hope you got something out of it. I mean, this is a topic that everyone needs to hear because we all go through these seasons. You can't go from mountaintop to mountaintop without going through the valley to get to the next mountaintop. And you just gotta be understanding that that's what's happening, but it doesn't matter that you're in the valley because there, right there, is the mountaintop. And all you have to do is keep on pressing forward. And when you press forward, you put one foot in front of the other, you are going, you are moving, you are doing something. You're not staying stagnant or going in reverse, right? All right. So anyways, guys, once again, hope you got something out of this short little video. Share it with your friends, someone that might be going through a season right now. Help them to understand that, hey, you know what, you're not in this season to stay. You're only in it to pass. And when you pass, make sure you've learned and you've grown so you don't go through that exact same season again. All right, guys, I'm here to give you that spirit of increase because I know if I give you that spirit of increase, you will change your perspective. And if you change your perspective, you will change your life. And guys, when you do that, you help me change this world one person at a time. As always, guys, make sure you create yourselves a fabulous day.